Hey everybody, welcome to our live chat. I am Heather, and we come to you live every day, Monday through Friday, 9:30-ish. But we are here for you guys each and every day to answer your questions about Luminous, what we have to offer. And I need to plug in something real quick. And I'm back. Okay. I was like, why does it look so dark? I didn't have a light on. So, hey, Lizina, good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, Angela. Good to see you. Oh, yeah, I was off for a couple of days. So it was kind of nice to kind of regroup and refresh and get a little sunburn. But I'm back ready to go. So I hope everybody had a great weekend. I hope you're ready to face this week. I know a big school district here, they're all back face-to-face school. So, for the most part, I think we're all getting back to our normal routine or whatever that new normal is. But today we're going to go over a professional look, a look that you can go with and take anywhere. Sure, Lizina, I'll talk about that when I get to the coverage for sure. So we are going to go over from foundations to eyeshadows to whatever that professional look will be for you. And so let's go over real quick this, when you start, we always want to make sure our skin is prepped, that our skin is ready to go. So whether that's, a moisturizer, if you use a regular traditional moisturizer, make sure you're using an oil-free moisturizer. And then you can also use the M1 primer or the porcelain. That's going to help put that nourishment, that moisture back into your skin. Hello, Tracy. Good to see you. And then I did have a good weekend. Thank you, Candy. And then from there, you can build on that. And it can be, you can start with eyes, you can start with foundation. So there's a lot of new things. But when you are new, I always tell you guys to really concentrate just on the foundation, get that foundation down. Because once you get the movements and the distance and the pulling back of the trigger, it doesn't matter what's in your stylus, you put it on the same way. So if you are new to Luminous or interested, I really just focus on that starter kit. So let's go over real quick. We always like to cover the starter kit. And this is one of our starter kits. This is the Icon. It does come with foundation. So we give you everything you need to get started. So we give you the 2 bottles of foundation. We give you love. We give you blush. And that's what with the 2 bottles that we give you in the foundation is what we want you to use and to practice. I mean, I would like to call this the practice kit, because you're going from using a traditional foundation or maybe no foundation at all to a new way of putting it on. And that's going to take some practice. And so, take these 2 bottles of foundation and practice, use them. The more you use them, the more you have the stylus in your hand, the more you're learning. And so even if you're messing up, it's okay, because you're getting it down. So the other thing we want you to do is right here is get it out, plug it in, turn it on. When it's on right now, you can see how it's just a small, it doesn't even part my hair. Like, it's just a small kiss of air, a nice refreshing, it feels very good, air. And do that. This is practice. When you're moving that stylus around, feeling that air, keeping it 4 finger widths away, this is practicing, because of the fact wherever you feel the air is where the makeup's going to go. And so just moving the stylus around, feeling the air, moving that around your face, that's step 1 in practicing. Step 1 and 2. And then put water in here and then lightly start pulling back on that trigger, because that's the trick or the secret, is that lightly pulling back of that trigger, because you don't want a lot of makeup to come out. You don't really want to see it come out, because how airbrush makeup goes on, it works with the skin. It's light passes that make your coverage. So it's night and day different than traditional makeup, where traditional makeup, when you put it on, you see that opaqueness right away. With airbrush, you're not going to see that. All right, so hey, Amber, good morning. Good to see you. Hey, Donna, good morning. We have Facebook and YouTube on today. Also, make sure if you're on YouTube to subscribe to our channel, so you will get the notifications that we are on as well. And if you're on Facebook, like our page, because you'll get those notifications too. All right, so my face is prepped. I do have my eyebrows on because it's just too scary for me to come on without my eyebrows. And so I did put the eyebrows on. So I am going to go in and do the eyes first. And I'm going to use our Nude and Naughty. Or what else do I want to use? Yeah, let's go ahead and use the Nude and Naughty. And I love this one because look at all that. That's 36 eyeshadows that you get from neutrals to mattes to shimmers to like everything you need is in this one. It is amazing. Let's see. Hey, Catherine, good to see you. Catherine, are you new to Luminous? I'm going to start with a neutral. Oh, no, let's do it. This is kind of a copper. I was going to do matte, but I really like this color. It's a coppery, shimmery color. That's the official name. And I'm just going to pat that on. Now, if you've seen any of my lives, you know that I have dark lids, and I've already put a concealer. Actually, I just airbrushed over them. And so I'm just going to tap this color. And I'll show it to you in just a minute. Right. If you have the blue shimmer in the corner looking down at it's third row up. 1, 2, 3, fourth one over from the left. Oh, well, thank you for joining us. We're excited. All right. Now look how you just have to pat that on. All of our product are anything we put out is going to be a very high pigmented. It's that one right here that I just put on my lid. And then going in with a lighter brown, like a very neutral brown, I'm going to go in my crease. So I love that we have new people on here. We have people that have been airbrushing a while on here. And what's great about it is the fact that you're not just hearing from me, but you're hearing from others who actually use the product. I obviously use the product too, but you hear from everybody. So you hear from people that purchased it just like you. And we have people that have been watching these and they want to know more about it before they purchase it. I mean, I'm sure you've seen our infomercial and everybody's like, oh my gosh, I love it, want it. And then, but to see it in real life and to see it being done right before your eyes is great too, because it just calms any questions that you may have. I'm using eyeshadow to line the eyes. Right underneath. And I'm doing a matte brown, darker brown, just to line the eyes there. And then I haven't done this in a while, but I'm going to take an angled brush with the dark brown, an angled brush just like that, and line the top. And this is still with eyeshadow. And you see me use the Persuasion or Temptation eyeliner all the time. And you see me line with eyeshadow underneath. But you can also line on top with eyeshadow. It is a softer look than the Persuasion or Temptation. But I'm just tapping that on right there. And I just did this one so you can see the difference. And doing it on this one now. Right on top. Those are, Jacqueline says, still waiting on snow or rain because it's so dry. I'm like, in Texas, you'll never hear us say we're waiting on rain. I mean, waiting on snow. All right. So using neutral colors, I find are more like universal because in more of a professional look. Not saying that you can't use some colors in your professional look, but as a staple, using just some professional, I mean, I used a shimmer. So you can use this Nude and Naughty palette for all kinds of looks. Now, you can take this up even more and use like with that dark brown that I used to line the eyes. I can also, and I'm only going to do this side so you can see the difference. I'm going to pop a little bit right in here to deepen that look. So you can take it a step farther if you wanted a little bit more. Maybe this was a Monday look and this could be a Tuesday look. You know, it doesn't, you know, I think we talked a little bit about smoky eyes where it doesn't necessarily, smoky eyes don't have to be black. It can be, you know, very neutral. I'm going to blend this a little bit. It can be neutral. It can be a medium, you know, like your definition of smoky eye could be different than my definition of a smoky eye, just for the fact that if you wear eyeshadow a lot or not. So if you put anything on your eye, that might seem like a smoky eye. And so really understanding that definition of what a smoky eye could be. And you can wear smoky eyes to work too. All right, so now I put everything up. Now I don't know where I put it. I have some wipes somewhere because I need to wipe underneath here. Where are my wipes? Aha, found them. Hello, Patty. Good to see you. All right, so I have a little bit of fallout underneath here. So where it kind of looks a little dark, I can go in and clean that up with my wipe. And that is the joy of doing the eyeshadow first, because you can just do it and not have to worry if you have any fallout under here, because I haven't done anything. I haven't done my foundation. I haven't done concealer. So you're able to do this, clean it up, and keep going. All right, so now I'm going to use a little bit of glow, shaking it up, and I'm going to use to highlight under my eyes. And you'll see what a difference this makes when it's highlighted, right? So a little bit of glow. Glow is a true highlighter. It looks like that right there. And it doesn't have any shimmer in it or anything like that. So you can use it right underneath the eyes, where Love does have a little bit of some, I don't want to say shimmer, but a little bit of luminosity. And so it might not be something that you want to put underneath the eyes or like directly underneath the eyes. And because I did get some sun this weekend, I'm dealing with a couple of different shades here, right? All right, so now I did a little bit of the glow underneath, and now looking for my foundation. So now I'm going to take my foundation and start shaking it up. But let's go ahead and do a little bit of blush. I want to use Apricot because Apricot is going to be more of a great neutral blush, a great fall blush. And so I'm going to mix Apricot. We love mixing our blushes. So I'm going to do Apricot and natural together, but I'm not going to do equal amounts like I normally do. I'm going to do 2 and 1. So I'm just going to put a little bit of the natural blush in with Apricot. Turning it on and blending that. And now going straight to the cheek area to build up my blush. And I start making my movements. Now, we talked earlier about covering, hey, good morning, Donnie. Sorry, I just saw you. We talked about covering acne or things that you want to cover. And I had this little spot here that I needed to cover. So as far as coverage goes, there are different avenues to do this. So you can use what I like to call pre-coverage, where it gets you a step ahead of the coverage. And so even though like Glow is a highlighter, it's given me some coverage. But you can go in and use our CC concealer. You can use our traditional concealers, but even the blush that I'm putting on right now, because it does have a pigment, it's giving me coverage. So every step of the way, I'm getting something. But if you feel like, hey, I have a lot to cover, or I need to cover this, or I have acne, or I have blah, 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 you can go in with the CC concealer. You can go in with X Out or Eraser and only focus on those areas. And then because of how we're putting it on, it blends for you. And then make your pass with the foundation. If you, let's say you're using Silk, or let's say you're using Ultra foundation, and you're like, no, I feel like I need a little bit more coverage, then you might want to look at using Mystic. Mystic is our higher coverage of foundation. So that's going to give you the ultimate coverage. It's a higher pigment load. And so that will give you the top of the coverage. You can still use the CC concealer and things like that, but it does have a higher pigment load. Let's look at that real quick. I think I have this one right here. So that kind of tells you a little bit about the coverage and what you, so matte will also give you that full coverage. Mystic's going to give you that full coverage. So if you're like, well, I don't think I'm getting the coverage that I need or that I want, then maybe look at using another one. All right, so now Brenda on Facebook is asking, can you do a special, where'd you go? A special chat on mixes. Ooh, Brenda, that would be a whole day. Yeah, let me think about that and think about how I can do that, because of the fact you can mix so much. Like you really can mix a lot. So let me think how we can do that. And yeah, I can definitely go over that. So let me look into it and I'll let you know. I do have my foundation in here now. I start in one area and make make passes going around. Hello, Luminous. Hello, LA. And you want to make, I like to go in, make one complete pass, and then I can look in the mirror and go, okay, where else do I need my coverage? Because with Airbrush, you don't have to make that same, you don't have to put the same coverage everywhere. If I don't need a lot of coverage on my forehead, then I don't make as many passes. Most of my coverage is going to be through here. My nose, that's a little red, blending down here. And putting on the blush first. If you've used Luminous, you know that our blush is high pigmented. And so I like doing the blush first because it does blend it. So doing those passes will also help blend the blush for you and soften it a little bit. If you love you some blush, then do the blush after the foundation and it'll be more prominent. But you can always, because sometimes if I did my blush and I'm like, oh, maybe I did too many passes and you can't see it as much, I can still go back and do maybe a drop or two of blush again. How airbrush makeup goes on, it works with your skin. You're not covering every inch of your face. So that's why we are able to blend things with the blush, like put the blush on first and then blend it with the foundation. It's making those passes. That's why airbrush makeup should never feel heavy or cakey. If it does, if it feels sticky, then maybe you're spraying a little bit too hard. I think that's the biggest thing, is that people get airbrush makeup. They saw the infomercial, they saw our live chats, and they're like, yeah, I want it, I love it. And then they still put it on like traditional makeup. And that's not going to do you any good. If you're putting it on like traditional makeup, then it's not working. Right? Okay. So now I'm lining my lips with my Dusty Rose lip liner. Hey, Shoni. And I like to fill it in because I don't like that real, I like to blend it in. I don't want to see that just beep, exact line around my lips. Now, what I love about these lip liners is the fact, I'm leaving y'all hanging, you can use these as lips, period. So not only can you line them, but you can use them as lips. Fill this in. All right. And then I think I am going to go in. And what do you think I'm going to use? Ooh, I'm going to change it up. Changing it up. I'm going to use Waltz. Y'all know that I'm obsessed with these vinyl slick liquid lipsticks. This is a great one as well for fall. And going straight up to right where I drew on the lip liner. All right, now get my liner or my lash curler, and then mascara. Curl my lashes. I like to curl them right close to that lash line. Right there. Candy, you have Waltz? I think staples are Waltz, Merengue, and Ballet Pink. Those are go-tos for anybody. Putting mascara on. I love the mascara. You can see how this is shaped right here. So I use this part of the wand to get the mascara on, and then the very end you can use to separate and move the lashes. I'm getting on the very bottom lash. Back and forth. And then see, I can take the end and move that around. Shoni loves the wand too. And what I like is that you can get it all the way on the inside here without getting mascara on your nose. That's what I always, with those thicker wands, I'm like, always get right on the nose. And there we go. How's this for a professional look, right? I am going to take a little bit of my powder. And if I wanted to stay matte, I can stay matte, or I can even go a little bit do a little bit of shimmer on the high cheekbone areas, you know, because you can have a little shimmer and look professional too. So there you go. All right. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Everybody's liking this look. So there you go. I have to say, I feel a little professional. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. And hey, we're here for you every single day. 9:30 we're on. And so, yeah, I will look into doing one on mixes and how we can mix things together. I have to think of how I can do that because there's so many possibilities. And so, because anything that comes in an airbrush bottle, you can mix. And so I just have to figure out how I would tell you that. like go through, because there's really no rules, right? So thank you, Catherine. Thank you, guys. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. So great to be back. So great to see you guys. And I will see you later. I'll see you tomorrow. All right. But we will be back for our tip of the day. Don't forget to stay tuned for the tip of the day on YouTube. I'll see you guys. Bye for now.